everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, your favorite YouTube harpy. No article today. I just want to rant a little bit about something that really, really pisses me off, like everything in the world, right? It is basically this sort of mentality of, people being so crushed if you have an opinion that doesn't agree with them, if you're not part of their echo chamber, so much so that they act like you shot their puppy or something, or stabbed him in the eye with a dull pencil, right? That is how a lot of these people act, and it's just insane, the whole why do you watch something if you don't like it? Well, because it's fun to make comments about things. It's fun to make snarky comments and riff. Why did Mystery Science Theater watch a bunch of bad movies for years and years and years, right? Because it's fun. Because it's fun to watch stuff like that. It's fun to rip on stuff. It's fun to rant. It's fun to use expletives to shock people, right? At least I think so. So I watch stuff like Discovery, partly for that, and partly because I should like Star Trek Discovery, right? I should like Star Trek. God knows I got enough of it behind me, right? I should like it. It is Star Trek. But it's not good. It's just not good. It is not up to the caliber of level of writing of Star Trek. It would probably be fine if it were, like a Marvel movie or something, a comic book movie. Something doesn't really have to make a whole lot of sense in science or within its own universe. Something that you can watch while you're sitting there texting or on Twitter or whatever. Every 5 minutes you look up and when some flashy light flashes across the screen or some loud noise, right? But seriously, I should like Star Trek. It should just be good, right? So that's kind of why I watch that. But no, that's not good enough for some people because they act like I said, like you murdered their parents, and shat on their faces or something without permission. Don't do that unless you have permission, right? Hey, some people are into it. No judgments, but whatever. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes I just turn on the camera and start ranting, right? But no, this whole I love everything mentality, this no negativity mentality needs to stop. Seriously, this is where the cringe culture came from too. This I love everything. Oh, I love everything. I'm offended by everything too. Oh, we probably shouldn't say that. That's wonderful. I love it because it's diverse. That's not a reason to love it. Being diverse doesn't mean it's good. It just means it's diverse. Diverse doesn't actually equal good. It just means you have a bunch of different people who don't necessarily look alike, but they probably all think the same, so they're not actually diverse. I get so tired of the I love everything, little pathetic, fragile, no negativity mindset. I really get tired of it. Because you kind of need the negative so you can know what is positive. You need the bad so you know when something is good. Because if everything's just like mediocre and blah and whatever, and you're just supposed to say, I love that because it was a movie and it was on screen and I watched it. That's not a good reason. That's really, really not a good reason. And not only do they like accuse you of like, oh, that's the other thing. They accuse you of being trolls, too. They accuse you of being a troll for stating an opinion. Even though they're the ones coming to you. I see this all the time. On my channel. Nobody's forced to watch the channel, right? It's kind of hilarious how many people come to the channel, especially on the Captain Marvel videos and the Star Trek Discovery videos. Anything I have a negative review of, right? They're like, oh, you only have negative reviews of everything. You only say bad stuff. John Wick, motherfucker. Watch my John Wick trailer reaction. Watch my Bill and Ted news. Watch Star Trek Continues reviews. Watch my Orville reviews. I have positive opinions of things, but people don't take that into consideration. They come trolling my channel and my comment sections, arguing with my viewers, with the people who actually want to be here. And then they're like, oh, you're just trolling. You're just a troll. You're the one who's here. I don't go down to where you work and smack the dick out of your mouth and tell you you're not doing it right and tell you, God, you gotta have your heart into it. Guess, why don't you like your job? I mean, you should like your job, right? You should like this. You should like this thing that people are sticking in your mouth and telling you, even though it smells like day-old cheese. Seriously, no. My job is to watch stuff whether I enjoy watching the thing or not, and I try and find some enjoyment on it. Of the things like with the Discovery reviews, I try and riff them and rip them apart because it's fun for me. That is my enjoyment, is kind of making nasty comments, because I could just ignore it like I did Enterprise and Star Trek 2009, and I could just ignore these things, or I could just say, here's what's wrong with them, here's how you fix it. I get it all the time, though. People are like, oh, you're just so negative, you just troll, you're just like, I'm not going to you. I'm not like with Captain Marvel or Star Trek Discovery. I'm not going to like Brie Larson and telling her, her movies are stupid and she acts like a bitch. No, I'm saying my own opinion on my channel, right? That's the other thing people are like really, really upset about, is that I have an opinion that's not theirs. I'm sorry, there are plenty of echo chambers out there that have opinions that are not mine, that might be more similar to the I love everything, no negativity, everything is awesome, just that. And if you want that kind of brainless sort of sheep mentality where absolutely everything is wonderful all the time, then go right ahead. There's a million channels out there who are copycat they're carbon copy clones of each other, right? They say the exact same thing. They love everything. They have a wall full of Funko Pops behind them. They have they have whatever latest, whatever latest superhero movie is cool on their t-shirt. They absolutely love absolutely everything and are so excited. And those people are fine, but they bore the fuck out of me. They just bore the living fuck out of me. Like, don't they have a personality? And that's another thing. Like, the people who have this whole no negativity outlook on life, they will have like their entire Twitter profiles or their entire YouTube channel that is nothing but that one thing. And they're not even YouTubers. That's the thing. They're not even YouTubers, right? It's fine if a YouTuber has like a brand of, I am a Minecraft YouTuber, so I have Minecraft plastered all over my YouTube thing. That's fine. That, like, I don't have a problem with that if that's your professional brand. But if you're like a consumer level sort of person, right, with like 50 followers on Twitter, and that's your entire Twitter profile is Star Trek, and it's in your name, and it's everything about you, and it's every picture you take, and it's everything you talk about constantly, then I'm probably not going to have a lot to talk to you about, because I will get tired of talking about Star Trek nonstop. That's why I bring in the Orville. That's why I talk about the movies and the pop culture stuff. And, John Wick, when that's going to be coming out, we're probably going to talk about that. I talk about different things because I get tired of the same thing over and over again. You guys can probably see, I did straighten up a little behind me. I've got more Yokai Watch stuff back there. I have a wall full of Yokai Watch. I got really, really into that for about a year. And then I'm like, okay, love that. What's next? And that's how I am. I'll get really, really into something and I'll be like, I love that. What's next? Or I'll get really kind of stuck on something to rip apart, because the more familiar with something I don't like, the easier it is to rip apart, right? But there's some people out there who get so fragile when you dislike something, when their whole personality is that one fandom, right? That your whole personality is that one little fandom or thing that you love, which is great. It's great to love something. If you really love it, good on ya. I'm happy for you. I have a higher quality of viewership, though. Like, the people who actually subscribe and come back want a little bit more from me than just, at least in my opinion, and if this is different, let me know. But I think they want a little bit more from me than just the same old, I love everything, I love this, I love that, I want this, I want that. I think you guys expect a little more of me because I have, I guess, a reputation of being like not your average little consumer level sort of person who loves everything, I guess. And I don't want to like be super insulting to those people, because it's even though I did say it's kind of a fragile and pathetic sort of way to look at things, it kind of is to just love absolutely everything. But people are going to have other opinions of things. People are going to disagree. I will love something that somebody else is going to say is utter shit. That's fine. I stand by my decision to like Porgs, and that's fine. I could do that. And I've had a pretty reasonable amount of respect for the community, because there are other things about stuff like The Last Jedi that I absolutely do rip a new one for. And when there is something to like about something, I do tend to say that, okay, well, I like this, even though the rest of around it is shit. Even Discovery, even stuff like Star Trek Discovery, when I'm talking about that. But yeah, it just gets so frustrating when you deal with people who have no personality outside of the thing they like. And then they get so upset if you say, yeah, that wasn't even that great. Or, yeah, that might not be my thing. I get that so much with like young. When I used to be a gaming channel, I did deal with a lot of very, very young viewers who would kind of come through the channel or whatever. I would know them from somewhere or whatever. And they only love their little fandom of something. And I can just say, let me use an example of like a random Pokemon fan or something. If I say, yeah, I didn't really like the way Pokemon played, it really kind of sucked compared to Yokai Watch, which you guys probably won't even know what I'm talking about. They're very similar games, but not. And I can say, well, yeah, I love this one because it's different in this way, and this is more my style. I like the more independent gameplay, or I like the way this one feels better, or I like the characters in this one better, or whatever, and then I don't like the other one, and then people get like, what do you mean you don't like the other one? It's pretty much the same thing. Yes, but it's different in a lot of ways, and no, I don't like it, and no, I'm not attacking you personally if I don't like it, That needs to go. We gotta get rid of that mentality. If somebody doesn't like something, I'm not attacking you personally. Stop. You gotta have more going on upstairs than just the thing you're into. And when I say something, even when I say like fragile-minded and kind of pathetic, I'm not meaning it like that's. I don't want to like attack people personally for it. I just find it to be such a sad way to look at things. Like if somebody were to tell me, some band I love sucked, I'd be like, yeah, I can probably see why you might not like that. And I can move on. I'm not gonna like take it so personally. I don't know. I just wanted to rant in front of a camera for 10 minutes since I have my makeup on anyway from another video, and like this stuff has just been on my mind. Like, what do you guys feel about, like, how do you guys feel about this? Do you want me to delete the comments when we find the really bad trolling accounts? Do you guys want, what do you want me to cover more on the channel? Because I know I kind of get stuck on now that Captain Marvel's done, I'm kind of tired of talking about it personally. If there's any more attacking the fan stuff, yes, anytime the media, that is the big thing on the channel. Anytime the media goes out of their way to attack the fandom. Because what happens? Every time that happens, you get the people who have their little no negativity mindsets, whose whole entire existence is based on their one little fandom of something, and they come over through the channels and they start reciting back exactly the stuff the media said. Oh, you're toxic, you're a man baby, you're an incel, you're a basement dweller, you're a blah blah blah. You're just a mindless mimic. You are just a consumer when you start saying those little buzzwords back because the media told you to. Because the media told you to. When you start doing that, and that's the big thing on the channel. I am so sick of the death of the media using the fact that people can be very easily manipulated, like of that certain intelligence, to manipulate them and to kind of just make life annoying for the rest of us, really. Because that's all it is. Anytime I just hear, oh, you're an incel, you're a man baby, you're a racist, you're a sexist, and you're just a mimic, you're just a mindless consumer. So where are we now? Can you formulate a thought of your own? Can you say something interesting? Can you say why? Or did you just hear it in an article and are repeating back what somebody said to you? Oh, that just is so frustrating. So that is the main thing I do want to attack and tackle on this channel, is anytime the media goes after and starts doing that whole thing where they spread out the little buzzwords like incel, man baby, sexist, racist, any of those anytime, right? Want to go after that. What else do you guys want me to focus on the channel? Do we want to keep ripping Discovery a new one? I know Endgame's coming up, Shazam is coming up, Godzilla's coming up. I am a huge Godzilla fan, like freaking huge kaiju fan. Like, you probably can't tell because I don't have a lot of stuff. Not that I need more stuff, but I'm a huge kaiju fan. I want to start covering that. I don't know what else to say other than like, oh my god, that's awesome. Oh my god, that's awesome. And I don't want to be one of those, oh my god, it's awesome people, but I'll do it for Godzilla. That one looks good. there's a lot of cool movies that look like that are coming out that look pretty cool this summer. So I wanna focus on a lot of the movies, especially 2020. A lot of cool movies come in 2020. So what do you guys want me to talk more about? If you made it this far in the video, tell me if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Sorry, this is like 15 minutes. I blab long enough, but thank you guys so much for watching. I am Mecha Random 42, and I will see you on the next video or live stream. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!